If you're a leader in healthcare, then you already know what it means to be driven. I mean, it's basically a prerequisite for the job, right? But what if that very same drive, the thing that fuels all your success, is also quietly chipping away at your happiness? Well, today, we're going to dive into a really powerful framework from Harvard's Arthur Brooks that's all about helping you build a more sustainable path, one that leads to both success and well-being. So let's just get right to the heart of it. You're ambitious. You're a high achiever. You are excellent at what you do. We know that. But here's the real question, maybe the one that keeps you up at night. Is this constant chase for success actually making you happy? Or has it kind of become a hidden source of stress in your life? You know, this isn't just some abstract idea we're throwing around. It's a really important part of a conversation that's happening right now within the Culture Coalition. And to help guide us through it, we're turning to the fantastic work of Arthur Brooks, a behavioral scientist who's pretty much dedicated his entire career to the science of happiness. Okay, so let's start with the core problem that Brooks points out. He calls it the success paradox, and it's this kind of counterintuitive idea that the very act of chasing what we think of as success, the promotions, the awards, can actually lead us further away from the happiness we thought it would bring. This quote, this just nails it. This is the central mistake so many of us make. Brooks is really clear that worldly success, things like money, power, fancy titles, they aren't what really drives happiness. Just think about it for a second. How many times have you said to yourself, oh, if I just get that promotion, then I'll finally be happy? But the research shows that feeling, it's temporary. It's not lasting fulfillment. And when we keep making that mistake, it can lead to something way more dangerous, a pattern that Brooks actually calls success addiction. It's a really powerful idea, so let's break down what it really means and how it can sneak up on high achievers just like you. Now, this isn't just about having a strong work ethic. It's a real biological process. See, when you hit a goal, your brain gets a little shot of the reward chemical, dopamine. And for a success addict, you get hooked on that feeling. You're constantly searching for the next hit, which, well, it often looks a lot like workaholism. Always chasing the next project, the next win, the next thing. But it goes so much deeper than just working late. It's really a problem of identity. It's when you start to see yourself not as a human being, but as a success machine whose only job is to churn out achievements. You stop being a whole person, and instead, you just become a function. So, how do you know if you might be at risk? Just take a second and be really honest with yourself on these. Is your whole sense of self wrapped up in your job title? Is the thought of failing at work your absolute biggest fear? Are your personal relationships with family, with friends, always taking a back seat to your career? These are all major red flags. Okay, so that's the problem. And yeah, it's a heavy one. But here's the good news. There is absolutely a solution. Brooks gives us a new, much healthier way to think about finding real, lasting joy in our work. Let's dig into the two keys to making it happen. You can really see the difference here. On one side, you have that pull of worldly success, the money, the power, the admiration, which we now know only leads to a temporary high. But on the other side, you have the two ingredients for genuine joy at work, something called earned success and service to others. So let's look a little closer. Earn your success is that feeling that you are creating real value and that people are noticing it. It's a sense of accomplishment that's tied to what you uniquely bring to the table. And then serve others, well, that's the deep down human need to know that your work actually matters to another person. And for you, as physicians, nurses, and APP leaders, this is so incredibly relevant. The service to others part, it's literally built into the DNA of what you do. You are lightening people's loads every single day. So the real challenge, and the exciting part, is to make sure you also feel you're earning your success, that your unique value is being seen and celebrated. All right, now let's zoom out for a minute, because a joyful career is really just one piece of a joyful life. Brooks gives us a much bigger strategy, and he compares it to managing a balanced investment portfolio for your overall happiness. He calls them the good 4 pillars for a stable, satisfying life: faith, family, friends, and work. Think of these like 4 different bank accounts. You have to consistently invest in all of them if you want to build a truly rich life. Now, it's really important to clarify what he means by faith, because that can be a loaded word. This doesn't have to mean a formal religion at all. It's about having any practice or philosophy that helps you get above the day-to-day chaos, connect with something bigger than just yourself, and gain some perspective. It could be spirituality, spending time in nature, or even just diving into philosophy. So here's the bottom line. Work is just one of those 4 pillars.
If you pour all of your energy and time into that one pillar, the whole structure gets wobbly. And that instability doesn't just mess with your personal life, it actually makes you a less effective leader. It's a direct path to burnout.
So, let's bring all this home. What we're really talking about here is strategically redefining what success means to you. This is not about being less ambitious. It's about being smarter with your ambition. It's about finding the ultimate edge, not just in your career, but in your entire life. Man, this statement is just so powerful and so true. You can pour every ounce of your being into your job, but at the end of the day, it's a transaction. Your work can't love you back. That deep, real fulfillment comes from the other pillars, from the people and the purpose that can love you back. So just ask yourself, where are you investing your love?
And that brings us to maybe the single most important takeaway. Happiness is not some fluffy, soft reward that you get after you finally cross the finish line. No. Think of happiness as the high-octane fuel that powers your engine. It's a strategy. It's what builds your resilience, protects you from burnout, and allows you to keep leading effectively for the long run.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question to think about. Take a good, hard look at how you define success. Is it a definition that nurtures all 4 pillars of your life and sets you up for lasting joy? Or is it a narrow one based only on work that's quietly pushing you towards burnout? The choice and the power to change it is all yours.